Hello, welcome to Satisfactory Friday. This is Felonious Deer at Backwoods Gaming. Trying not to be too late today. Taking care of our hosts and other things. Get that turned on. Hope it doesn't freeze like it did last time or last night. Okay, that's done. Get this set up. Make sure everything is behaving as it should. As far as I can tell, it is. Grab this. Okay, that's in place. I think we're all set. Yay, nay. Satisfactory's up and running. Very nice. We have, as usual, a ton of work to do. We have one train running. We have a dismantled crate that's still... Didn't we blow a fuse? I think we did. Well, trains may not be running. But if I remember, we were... What's this? This is substandard belting is what this is. Now I just burned up all my industrial beams. May have been a bad idea. Do I have any concrete? We had to make concrete, didn't we? Did I get any made? I may have to steal some from wherever I sent that off to here. Oh, that's right. These weren't turned on, so they didn't pick any up. All right. So whatever we have is what we have. May have to fire that back up again. Okay. More industrial beams coming, but I think first we need to work on this instead. We're going to move this. So this is, that's the fourth car. Oops. Got no power. I'm having a thought. So I have this train routed to drop down, curl around, come in this way. And what I'd originally planned on doing was getting rid of this loop here and heading out this way, creating a station, then bringing it up. Now I'm wondering, do I want to maintain this setup? What was I thinking? What do you say? How should I do this? How should I route this? I need to get some power. Get this train off the station. Move it somewhere. Somewhere out of the way. I never fired these back up, did I? Oh, and these are ready to fire back up. Did I fire this back up? I don't remember firing this back up. Looks as though I did. Am I still running power out to the nitrogen? No. Trying to figure out what I have going on. I had these going temporarily. I need them running temporarily again. Well, I had her running over here for concrete. Are we pumping crude still? I have that power. I don't have power to here. If I don't have power to here, then I don't have power out to here. Right? Means I need to get power to you. Even if it is temporary. That'll, or should, get these pumps. But these are not the pumps I want running. These pumps. Well, of course it would. See what that does. Not kicking up that much. Got this powered up. Nitrogen there. Aha. Wait a minute. I could bring in all the coal. Let's grab some coal. Only problem here is water. Do we not have water? Need another lift. There we go. Take a little bit. Get the water all the way up here. How are we doing on the heavy oil residue? We are getting some. Probably should have broke this connection. I know I'm trying to fill that up, but then again, we're filling that up. I was going to say, surely there's no way. And we're starting to get some fuel. I didn't think there'd be any way I'd have nearly enough by now. Look, check that. That's weird. Why not liquid? Oh, we got to get rid of the compacted coal. I didn't plan for that. Good job. I need 200 units of water. What am I doing down here? I mean, we could do it. I just need to do it. There's one small problem. I kind of need some power shards. I thought I'd been nitpicking a few power shards. I burned them all up, didn't I? I need to do a power shard hunt. I'm doing everything but what I'm supposed to be doing. On the other hand, we're getting some power. And we're about to have a bunch of power. If you don't mind me collecting your slug. That might be all I need. I think I've kind of cleaned out this area. Aha. Got purples and yellows. I know there's plenty of slugs to be had out here yet. And I know I'm going to need them. A little shower. Is that a slug? It is. Just a blue. And the purple. Very nice. Uh-oh. another purple. Sweet. See if we can't get these processed. Dump them into our water extractor. Do I have these set already? At 300 I do. There. Get that dumping in the water. These guys need a little better production on the fuel. What are we up to now? So we're pumping. Not yet. Not quite. A little bit. Not telling me what my head lift is. Interesting. I would have thought I'd have a reading on that by now. Oops. Because I have... Oh! Wait a minute. Oh, you don't have any power here. Oops. I never finished that. How did I intend on setting that up? I have an idea. Wait. Why? that gonna be too close? Might be. Not too sure I care. Oh, I don't remember turning these on. Oh, they're full of fuel. Are they all full of fuel? I'm producing oodles of power and I'm not even ready to use it. I need to get this connected to the main grid like now. Uh-oh. That's not how that is supposed. Oh, wait a minute. That should be a Mark II. What was this all about? Was I... Oh, never mind. I see what I did. Less panicking, please. Okay. Just because, but right now I want a link to one of these. There. I would really prefer they fixed the exit out of the train. Really? This should all be connected together. It is not connected together. I never connected this. Oops. Power there, but not to here. Well, how exactly did I plan on getting power there? Did I even plan on getting power there? I'm not sure I planned on getting power anywhere near here. that still brings up the question, how did I plan on doing this? I did, yeah, okay. So we're getting rid of this branch here. I would have thought you'd go with it. So I would think my priority would still be to get the aluminum dropped off first. Then bring the residual oil down here. Speaking of, we best get a residual oil set up. That means a buffer. Buffer. And be under organization. A large industrial sized buffer. And I'm inclined to have it at this, the level of this platform. Any reason not to do it something like this? No, say it isn't so. Don't need any of this. May as well reclaim this. But I'm gonna need more concrete. We should be making concrete. Let's go see if we can't grab some concrete. Train's having problems. Might be a lack of track. At least it stopped instead of going off the edge. That's a good sign. Okay, where's... concrete manufacturing? Oh, I don't have any rubber. Well, let's say we turn that on now that we have the power. Got rid of all these poles and now I need them again. I didn't have enough sense to remember why they were here in the first place. I should have power out down here now. I do. What I don't have is power to this. Brilliant. I never set this up correctly. That's power to you. What about you? Did I ever finish setting this up? That's a power slug. Let's take a power slug. Oh, let's take another power slug. I was supposed to dump the rest of those shards into as many of those power or fuel generators as I could. All right, you're powered. You're dumping fuel. You should be pushing fuel all the way, right? I may need... Did I need a pump up here set up? Oh, maybe right here. Completely forgot about all this. Says it's got fuel. Oh, you're not running. No power. Really? What do you mean you don't have any power? You have power. And you're backed up on plastic. And I did not connect these two. Might have something to do with it. But hold on. Should be getting oil. Alright, I was tracking the wrong pipes. So why am I not getting oil? Well, that's right, it's you. You should be pumping. You are. Okay, you are not, because you have not been set up with power at all. Nope. Now that I got power going, I need power everywhere immediately, and I didn't. Doing things out of order. Well, of course it would clip because it has to be over there. Why not? Do that a little differently, shall we? Okay, so... see. grab this slug while we're here. Now, what about my head lift? Do I have sufficient? I should be fine. Is it too far up? Shouldn't be. Shouldn't. I thought these were good for 20 feet. Is it 20 or not feet, but meters? Meters or feet? Not even close. You may as well give up. $10 meters. And then the Mark 1 pump is good for 20 meters. That's how it works. Figured it was a matter of time before we moved. Now we're talking. Really? Okay. Now we're dumping oil. How are we doing here? Hurting on residue. Probably because we're backed up on plastic because we're not using any. Gonna have to set up an emergency diversion for the plastic. Wait. See if we can get this. Oh, wait a minute. Grab some concrete. The entire mess was done just to get concrete. No, my rubber died. What happened to my rubber? Not getting fuel. Why am I not getting fuel? I'm full of plastic. All right, we got didn't we? Concrete. Let's see if we can get the station set up. I have forgotten what I'm producing and using. I think I'm getting 150. That's less than that. 230, right? We have 1, 2, 235 units of heavy oil residue coming this way, using 100 there. So I should have 135 headed over here. That's you. I need a total of 300. Completely forgot what I need over there, and I need these producing fuel. I need this fired up, don't I? What's up with you? You're supposed to be getting crude. You do have crude. You're supposed to be getting crude. Why aren't you? Why did I not? Why? Trying to produce. Are you? You're full of crude. You're not. You don't have any power. Hello. Might have. I never set you up with power. You are set up with power. I never connected you with power. I haven't connected you guys with power either. I need to get this pipe hooked up. No. I need to get that station finished. That's too close. Yep. Ah, we got a problem. Nope. Went right by it. There we go. Both of these feed into there. They'll combine and hopefully balance. That'll take a little bit to fill. Meantime, I never did work up how I was going to run the power. I got the power, this power line here. Either that or just hook to there. That still didn't give me any power over here though. Thinking I want not sure about that. I need to finish this station. Let's see if this will land where I need it. That train station. Right about there. Gonna need, we're gonna pull these out. 2, 3, and of course not. Go ahead and make this a fluid freight, because that actually landed where I pretty much need it. Oh yeah, that'll work. And really, oh, well, really all I need is just a move. That to there, I think. But I don't even need to place that. We verified that the spacing is correct. Connect. Connect. And let's get some pipe. Of course it's a little off. Why not? Should be plenty of pipe capacity. All right, so we have that. Now we need to route from there to here and back to there. All right, where did I? Coming from here, we need to get to up to here. Tie back in here. This is not going to work. Not very well, anyway. Well, this would work. I just need to come out this way. Or a little ways. Sure, why not? Maybe. Not too sure I see why not. That pretty much lands it right there. Now, that going to be... If we do one more stage, will that work? Too steep. I'm pretty sure I could drop this down, though. Try that. Deep climb coming out of there. Coming out of there. Well, that was fun and all. But now I need to get from there to here. Whereabouts do I want to start? This is going to have to start rising up for too long. Could I start it here? Just a gentle slope. Why not? And then we got to run straight till where? We could. All right, how far? Really didn't need a double row, did I? But I just need to start. See, where do I need to start bringing it around here? Did I reach there? I should. Better make sure I'm not going to end up too high up. Well, I thought I was about to. I knew I shouldn't have made that connection. I don't even have it properly named or set up yet. Okay, good. No, well, it's not part of the timetable. Forgot. Oh, no need to panic. Yet. We gotta name it. This is unload. I have no idea if there's even any residue in that thing yet or not. And did I make this connection? Apparently I did. Okay. I thought I put a switch back in and it shouldn't have. All right. Well, is that set then? I think it should be. Just a matter of we got to turn on aluminum. But other than that, I think we can get back to setting up power. Get rid of these hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Got a lot of cleanup to do. Okay. What's the problem? No residue. What's the problem? Probably backed up on rubber. That's going to be my guess. Backed up on plastic. Although I know what I should be doing. Should be running out of fuel. Did run out of fuel. Hey, where did I make this connection? Right here. Need to finish this. Need to stop that. Need to stop this. Need to stop that. I think this connection is going to be permanent. Is it? I need to make a switch for this. Need a separate switch for all this, I'm thinking. Ran out of coal. Oh, that's why. Not sure I have any more to dump in there. Yeah, I didn't think that would take very long. Got some coal. Go ahead and drop it in. See if we can finish setting up the power. Now, was consolidating switches. All right, now let's make sure that I've actually done so. We got you. You're doing precisely what you need to do. And we'll double check. Now all of this should be hooked up to power all the way out to train station. Okay. We got these three set up and they are hooked into their networks. What about this floor? I think this floor was supposed to be next. Hippers. And I need Avery. Hello. Essentially, yes. It's logistics. Well, it's a logistics. Primary focus is logistics. and some nifty building on the side. But it is, I mean, it's a factory game. It's a derivative of Factorio, which is probably the grandfather of all the factory games, factory sims. Let's see. Oh, there you are. Third floor west. So you get moved. Where did I want to set? I'm trying to set them all up so they're reasonably vertically lined up. Well, third floor west. It doesn't really matter my spacing, as long as it makes some kind of sense. And will work for any. Go away. Now I forgot which. Now I forgot which set of platforms. Could be. This one, right? This one. I'm thinking here, here, here. Any reason not to do that? I don't think so. Other things. There are creatures, but they're incidental to the gameplay or the intended story. There is a storyline to follow, which is basically, look at the top right, you see the complete phase 4. You have, I think, 5 phases they've set up to finish the game. Good luck on that. But oh no! Who came up with this idea anyway? Fine. Put you here. Think of this as a bit of, I like to think of it as civil engineering, some architecture, or as much architecture as you want. You'll be able to come down here. We'll do this. That reach all the way? Apparently it did. And that should hook into that network. So that's third floor east. Civil engineering, architecture. There is a little bit of combat. There's creatures on this planet or on the map. Some are worse than others. They get in the way of resources that you need to get to. So you got to deal with them. They do regenerate. Now this should be third floor. Do I really need this separate? Only these 4 machines. Maybe I don't need it. This will be third floor east. You have to set up power distribution, resource distribution, product distribution. Where do I want to bring you? Here? Why not? Because I have to have... Not sure I care for that. No. Well, I can't make it to that one anyway. Okay, that's not a problem. Go right here. Split the difference. Drop a pole there. Drop the next pole there. Hook that up. Hook that up. Okay, now check all of this. This should all be hooked up. Connected. And have a full power distribution to here. As far as I can tell, yes. Okay, next floor. Got nothing down there. This is going to be all on one switch. I'm going to be cleaning up some switches. I got a switch here. What about all this? Am I going to do this on a separate switch? Who needs signs anyway? I thought I had a switch here. I never set this up. I got a power pole to here and then it ends. But why did I have a power pole to here and end? This is getting a little awkward. Where exactly did I set these up? Here. Specifically here. Yes, no. Let's see. See, that doesn't make any sense. I'm thinking... No. I'm thinking these... Oh boy. This is interfering. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'll put one right there. Right there. Gonna have a second floor mid. Oops. Woo! Mids. That's not a good way to... Not good nomenclature. Oops. Try that again. East. I don't like that either. Okay. That takes care of you. Run you this way. Right down here. Hey, what happened here? These are crooked. This is not acceptable. Someone's layout is lacking. Also, everything's in the way. Here. Bump it over to there. There. Now let's fix this nonsense. Splitters. And those were Mark III's coming out. This direction. Now we're straight. Could have scooted those closer, but this'll do. Mark III's, Mark 1's here, Mark 1 there. Double check the numbers, shall we? I have no idea what's coming in, but that's not gonna, that's gotta be marked. Hold on. Nope, these gotta be Mark III. Mark III everywhere. Okay. Cleaned that little travesty up. And we have power. Let's get rid of this switch. It is now obsolete. Okay, and now All the powers. Got all the power, all the power. Everybody has power. A little too much power. Okay. That'll work. Now. So that ends us smack dab on top of this pillar that cannot be removed. And now, got to figure this. I got to do the same thing here. Getting rid of. Oh, I only have 2 switches anyway. Never mind. I was thinking I had a 3rd switch again. I do not. Okay, so this should be 1st floor west. Is that right? Yep. This should be 1st floor east. Watch out for the nitrogen pipe. Okay, so 1st floor east. Where are we going to set you guys up? There's no reason not to bring this out, is there? Like so. Right about there. Actually, we're going to do it like this. Since we're already set there, we'll set you here. Then this one will dump there. If we can run you right there. Sort of split the difference. Okay, now everybody powered up here. Got a lonely, unused power pole. We're all set here. That may get adjusted. We got power, power to there, we got power to there, we got power down here to the water extractors. And it should stop there. Okay. 1st floor west. Really? Okay. Zing right on down. Although, that would look better if I put one here, wouldn't it? Yes. That looks better. Okay. Now all we have to do is run from the power station down to here. How do I plan on doing that? How would I know? Then what? Who set this up? Wait a minute. This is wrong. No, it's not. The only switch I have on the first floor. This should all have been moved inboard. I goofed. So either I move those, this has got to get fixed. Oh, I never did anything with it. That's why it's there. What was I complaining about earlier? Don't remember. I think what I'm scheming, possibly gonna run. Yes, no? Nope. Not like that. Not like that. No! That should have been perfect. Sacrilege. Where have I got a... It reached to here. Oh, it lied to me. Fine. Oh, I forgot how tall I had it. That'll work. Much better. Sweet. And then what? Sooner or later, we got to get from up here to there. And that's just for the top floor. How exactly? So you got this goofy alien thing in the way. Oh. Really? No, I'm out of concrete. Tell me I have some concrete again. What was I thinking? Am I going to bring it over and down? Like, say, here? Or even there? Going to need... How do I want to do that? Gonna need a bus to bring the power down. Really? Did I even need the bus at all? I was assuming I would not be able to stretch a power line this far. If that's the case, all right, let's try this then. Don't really care for that. Don't care for that either. No! Wrong line. Try this instead. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I don't have a choice here. I don't know. Drat. Still, I prefer that. You're already connected. What? Someone missed. Now, does anybody remember the names and in which order? So that should be platform. Fourth floor, east and west. I don't want to do this yet. I need to have power first so that I can run the circuits and make sure they are indeed what I just named them. Okay. So that's those two floors. The second, let's see now. Here's where I've goofed. Do I leave these in place or do I take these out? I'm inclined to leave them in place and then just not hook them up and just run, like say, the outside wherever I don't have 3 switches. Or 3 switches where I don't have 3 switches down here, in which case kind of a moot point. No, this is 2 switches. Now, can I run? These are both off, aren't they? Had to adjust on the fly. Let's get these lined up. As they ended up. There. All right. Let's try this again. Now I got you. Am I gonna zip down the line with this? I may. Possibly. There's a problem. Oh. I know how we're going to do it, though. We'll do it like that is what we'll do. There. Then what? I have all these foundations and stuff right in the way. Because I got to bring down, let's see. Who came up with this scheme anyway? I'm going to run out of room. Hang on. Why stay here? Why stay at this level? If I were to drop it down, then what? Sooner or later I'd run into that, but we'd have to... want at least 3 wall clearance. We did something like this. Good, bad. Okay, do I have these in line? Are they straight up and down? Looks like it. Okay. See? Easy peasy. Nothing to it. Whoops. Not gonna make it? No. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Of course. 6. Problem solved. Now, what was this? Third floor, east and west. I'm thinking, if we're going to do this route, no reason not to drop it off here. Same with these. Hold on. You're pointless. I don't see why not. Oops. I get a feeling we're going to rearrange that first one. Let's set those up. What am I doing? There. Now let's get you. Wait a minute. Nope, nope, nope. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Kind of what I thought. Okay, that was fun. Who's next? Any reason not to do it again? Can we keep scooching by this structure? Or is it going to be a problem? So far, so good. am I using 3 on this next platform? Only using 2. Hold it. I'm not even on the right platform yet. Okay, so this one is 2. Speaking of this platform, and be doing this number. So now this brings up, oh boy, how do I want to do it? What? Who set that one up? Boy, someone was way out of alignment. Eesh. If I bring all 4, which is what I intended, the remaining 4 lines that I need, we're going to have, all right, we need to figure this out. All right, you here, down to meet that beam. Now we need to sneak wires under here or over. I could run them along the underside of that platform. or under this one. Is that what I want to do instead? We could just do that underneath all the way. Okay. Did I get that? We're connected. Connected to there. Connected. Okay. Then I still got to run these. Voila! Sweet. Sort of. That was a bad idea. I forgot about the fact that we were moving this way over a platform. Okay, so we're doing the same thing here. Now this, on the other hand, is really not changing. So that shouldn't be a problem. Going to there. If I drop down 3 more, am I going to still, oh boy, scooch past this? Or am I going to run this underneath? I was hoping not to. Hang on. Don't need it there. Do need it here. Feel like doing this, I'm taking it the easy way out. And what about down? Well, it's because I had that problem. Never mind. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, we hooked up. Got to there, got to there. Need to get from here. Oops. Down this way. I thought I hooked that up. Hold on, that looked crooked. It is crooked. Oh, well, I'm not. I forgot. Let's see. I'm hooking up the wrong power. I'm crossing my circuits. There we go. Better. Make this connection. That should be power to all the floors. Gotta finish naming the last couple sets of switches. Make sure it should be second floor, east and west. This is third floor. Should be second floor, east and west. No, that's right. I don't have a second floor west. Second floor center. Second floor east. Then I'm pretty sure it's first floor east, east and west. East, first floor west. In theory, that should be that. Okay. Still need to run power. Get power fired up in order to test all this, but still. That should work now. Now we need to... How do I want to set? I don't have these. I don't have any of this stuff properly switched or assigned a switch. So far, it's just the main platforms. It also brings up the question, how would I want to route the power? Am I going to worry about local switches like I did with the platforms? Let's see. With the local switches and I'm going to call them primary switches up here. Primary panels, secondary panels. Do I do that with all of this stuff? I hate to combine all this into one. How much am I going to put into one switch? The power, the fuel needs its own switch as far as I'm concerned. So how do I, let's see. Future expansion is going to go this way for fuel generators. So, that being the case, that being the case, how do I want to run these? Yes, no? I'm a little paranoid about having this bracket here like this. But I don't want to have one droopy loop of wire going from here to there. And I do want all the banks tied together. But not like I have to tie it together here. But where else and how else? Tie it together underneath? Do that instead. And then use this bank to start setting up whatever circuits I need for all this stuff. How about that? And if I do so, how many do I need? Need one for you. That rail is already powered. What switch do I want these extractors on? Should be the same switch that feeds the respective refineries. So I have to make sure those circuits are connected accordingly. So that's already got power. I need a switch for you. Switch for you and a switch for you. I think that takes care of all of them. Am I going to have anything else here? I have no idea. If so, what? I have no idea. Let's see. How do I want to... well, do I want to switch it up a little? And do something like this? Because why not? I'll put a switch. I feel like this is going south already. If I do that, then what? Straight underneath? Not sure why not. Sweet. No! Didn't mean to click. Not yet, anyway. Okay. Then what? Okay, so now we need to go from there to like down here. All right, so that's got to disconnect. Now I need to make sure all of that, plus that should be now connected. And now I need to make sure then, oh boy. I forget who's feeding who now. So that extractor needs to be, okay. That doesn't connect. That extractor has to come, I think this, hold on. What are you doing? You were powering that. I don't think I need you anymore. I don't think I need you either. You are emergency power. Circuitry. Try this again. Who's getting connected to what? I think these extractors are going to be on different circuits. That extractor feeding this and this alone. So it needs to be on, means this, it's disconnected. Okay, that extractor is feeding you guys. That extractor feeds those. I think I need to, well, I need to set up another set of lines, but I want to make sure this particular network does indeed belong together. I'm pretty sure it does. So now we're going to have crossing. Also, let's see, how do I just need, I think I'm going to move. All right, we're just going to move. Or well, why not? Or we could do this, just like we did with all the other stuff, with the other circuits. Where do I want this to land, actually? Gonna have one circuit. Gonna have this coming up to here. I say here, here. Ow! Horrible. But it does connect under there. Ew, it's all crooked and everything. A little better. Okay, so that gets these connected. So these could be on their own circuit, and then it'd be all right. If I set up oh, let's see. Do I want to line up with this pole? It's how I have all this. Someone didn't do a very good job of arranging all this. Okay. Got you here. Okay, so that connects here. That connects this bar. That extractor, which connects to this extractor, and I need to get this extractor connected to, if I do this. No, wait, we're connected, aren't we? No, we're not. Still need to get you to that circuit. Someone needs to fix this water snafu. I'm thinking underneath again. I don't see why not. There. Well, that'll get that taken care of. Now I need to get you over to there. Really don't. I think that'll work. We'll run you. Oops. That ain't gonna work. How about we run you here? No. Not gonna work. Too many pipes in the way. We're gonna do the same thing? Can I go straight down? Well, I can, but... that is what we're going to do. And now we're crossing again. Are we? We are. Uh-oh. That was the whole point, was to avoid this. Granted, I could bring that pole to here. Or even here. Don't look too closely. No one will see. So that should have circuit, circuit. Just need to bring it over to here. And I need to finish. Okay, who's who? The north circuit. Going to be the biggie. It needs to connect to all of that stuff. Alrighty. Let's see about that. That circuit needs to connect to all of this stuff somehow or other. That's not going to fly. I got a big pipe in the way. Someone didn't think about this very well. Let's see. There's no way I stretched that far. I really didn't think I could do that. Really? Is it really that hard to figure out? I already know the answer. Easy peasy. All right, so you, hold on. You're gonna power, whoa. That's right. Any future expansion for these factories are going to run this way. I need to be careful of that. Are we going underneath again? Good. Just like that. Done. That would be fuel plant. We need to specify this. Because I have two fuel plants, actually. So that's rocket fuel. And the other, this is going to be, let's see, plastic, rubber. Okay, that's the fuel plant for the for the rubber plant, for the recycled rubber. Okay, let's you're on that one. Well, it doesn't matter which one's going to be which. Plastic and rubber. How do I want to? Hang on. Do I have room under here? I don't think so. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Why did I specify this one to here? That was really doesn't make sense, does it? Let's try that again. I was so focused on that switch being, since it lined up, you're already connected, right? Yeah. Let's try that again. Yeah, so this doesn't need to exist at all. There. And now we can work with you. You are going to run into, ooh. Is that going to be? No. That's going to interfere. If I go to here, and then down to here, and then take this right on down the line, to there. And then same with you. Really? There. Nothing to it. Who is who? One of these is recycled. I got the wrong one hooked up again. You're supposed to be tied into this one. Try that again. So that extractor and this extractor are both feeding the plastic production. Then this extractor feeds this refinery only, which is producing fuel for the recycled rubber production, as is these blenders. These are supplying fuel for recycled rubber. And then that extractor is feeding the plastic refineries that are feeding the plastic to the recycled rubber, which requires fuel and plastic. Okay, so they need to be on their circuit. So that puts this fuel production entirely on its own circuit. A bit wordy. You should be I don't want to call it rubber fuel. And this should be... I got it wrong again. Did I? No, plastic production. Plastic oil. No! Tell me. Say it isn't. Say it isn't soil. Soil. Say it isn't so. Plastic. I really don't like that either. True though. Is that right? That switch is only handling that refinery or the extractor, and that's it? Hold on. This refinery is no longer hooked up to power or extractor. And this extractor, let's make sure you are feeding plastic production. That's right. Well, you need to be on the same circuit as... Okay, I know where you belong. You need to be on the same circuit as this guy. Kind of had that connection already. So, Valius, I'm closing in on starting up the Phase 4 factory. Working on the last bit of power circuitry for all the areas. Crude, but effective. But it gets it on the correct circuit. We need to... Oh, we need to clean this up. At this point, is there any... I don't see a reason... for that pipe to drop down at all. All right, so that goes there. This comes into here, feeding that one. Okay, all we need is... Oh, we've been getting... Hold it. We haven't been getting it from here, have we? I don't think so. Not yet. No, that's not going to cut it. Much better. Much better. Is there any more power that needs to be run? Got power everywhere, I'm pretty sure. Just need to start turning stuff on. I need some fuel up here. How are we doing with our coal plant? I am pretty sure that's coal. Oh, wait a minute. This is not supposed to be connected. The coal. It can kind of be part of the main grid, but I want it kind of in a roundabout way. But it has to be, let's see, I have to change this up a little. Do I really want to do it like that? Definitely not permanently. I need power. Specifically, I need power to my fuel. Sweet. I really needed to... I got all this room to set up a buffer. I need to put a buffer here. How come I don't put a buffer here? I think I'll put a buffer here. Buffer. Good job. You know, I could make life a little easier for myself. Not exactly. There's no... No, that should be fine. Give me fuel. Do I have enough reserve in the pipes? Start firing stuff up. Oh, here we go. So we're using 8.3 per minute. And I'm producing, at the moment, I should be producing 200, 300. So that production should give me another 16 fuel generators. All right, we're up to 2,500. We need to start verifying circuits quickly. 4th floor, something or other. Well, that should be you. Do you have power? Not until I turn on a switch. How about we turn on a switch? 4th floor. You see power. You see power. You should not see power. Okay, so you're running. Everything should be running. I got stuff everywhere. Things are happening. And this, however, is not happening. You have no power. Oh dear God, I never finished power at all here. Holy smokes. Nice job. Way to go. Actually, what I want to do, I want to get the lower floors up and running. So let's fire up 1st floor west. Let's see if that kicks in. Not sure that's the floor I want to start with. That's you, boy. That's all this stuff. I don't have the goods for that stuff. I didn't do this. This should not see power. This is seeing power. Uh-oh. That's not how this is supposed to work. 1st floor east should not be running. Hang on. First floor east. First floor east is off. Let's make sure we should not have power crossing from anybody to anybody. We should be completely isolated. This should all be its own power circuit. Really? All circuits should be isolated from each other. They're interconnected here. That shouldn't matter. As long as it's disconnected here, that should ice this. It is. Hold on. This is off. But I turned on that switch. Uh-oh. Well, that's working the way it should. Have I lost my mind? No. When I turned on this switch, I had power, didn't I? Now we got power. Might be okay. Off and off. And frankly, I need to fire up who? Oh, I never set up 4th floor west. Ooh. I got an entire floor not powered. Oh boy. Well, who's going to do that now? I do have unused circuits. Like this one. But how am I going to do this without making a mess? It's going to be a mess. Not going to work. Do I reroute somebody? What I should do. I got wrapped up in threes and having them all together. I had this one loner making a mess of everything. I can't waste too much time. I got to get this other stuff fired up. I need the residual oil. I need everything fired up is what I need. Oops. So I need the plastic to go somewhere. Get used up. But I'm producing residual oils to feed the rocket fuel refinery. Wait a minute. Oh, I never added these to the circuit. Way to go. I thought there was something short or lacking about only having a couple of extractors. On one circuit. Completely forgot to finish running. Power out to here. I knew it. I'm out of residue. I'm going to be out of power. Well, how much did I get into here? Gotta get that. Gotta get that residue moving. I may not be able to finish. Troubleshooting like I wanted. Okay. And I got to get this. Oh boy. Like now. I need to get this set up on a circuit. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I need to sneak an unused circuit out of this mess and get it over there. I mean, I don't want to like cheat or anything and do that and just pretend it's all one circuit and just, you know, nothing happened. What's your problem? You got power. Why aren't you dumping ore? Are you not connected? You should have at least be going on. You're not on pause? Did I mess something up? I did. Did I? What have I done? I'm missing something. And there it goes. What are you doing to me? Besides getting me confused. What are you guys waiting on? Iron plates to get fired up and used. Means I got to start turning on all the other stuff. I do not want the platform fired up yet. Up, on you go. Did I turn you on? For some reason, I just wasn't registering with that, with it being on pause. I don't, whatever. It's unpaused now. And what was I? I got finished turning these on. Not that one. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. It's going to turn on a switch that isn't even hooked up. Okay, you're on. You're not being used. Get you on. You're on. Not used. And you're on. I should have massive. I should have stuff happening. Might be a little bit. Some of this. Here's a thought. Should I possibly consider bringing power out here to the silica facility? Maybe. Just maybe. Well, that's a problem. Where did I plan on putting these power poles? I'm gonna go right down here for the moment. These are gonna have to really... Kinda should have its own circuit. And now we got this problem. And we've gone way over. All right, where did our power end up? Here. And we came over here and we stopped right here. This isn't even powered up, is it? As it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Our power stopped here. We need to keep going. And that's a problem. Might need to turn on the switch. Waiting for fuse to blow. There we go. How badly am I screwed? Am I putting out power? Who blew? What were we up to? Capacity is 3,000. We hit 7,000. Really? 3,000? No fuel down here yet. Might have reason to panic. No fuel. No residue. What's your problem? No power. Really? Oh, I didn't finish hooking you up. You're supposed to be part of... that circuit. You fired up that whole side. Now, have I been... I got no residual. Are we backed up? Big time. Not using plastic. Who's not using plastic? Why aren't you using plastic? Supposed to be using plastic. Look at that. Nothing happening. You know, it probably would have been a good idea to take some time and grab everything out of those storage containers and preload a few things. Maybe. Hang on. You're dumping backwards, aren't you? Do I need to put a valve in there? I would have kind of hoped that that would keep dumping fuel down the pipeline this way. But I don't think it's going to. I also think, what is this? Who did this? Oh yes, I remember. I also think we better wrap it up. We have to come back for... Going to have to come back for more troubleshooting and if we can do some preloading, kick things into gear. I was supposed to do that in the first place. But no, someone had to get in a hurry. Start firing everything up. No. Setting things or starting stage by stage apparently just went out the window. I need a picture. Ooh, hold on. Gotta get radiated over there. Oh, why not? Just like that. Sweet. Be a dark picture, but it's still a good picture. Then we will come back next time and if we can't straighten all of our issues. Oops. Wait a minute. What's going on? Did I really use all the turbo fuel I had in my inventory? Yes. How come I'm not using packaged rocket fuel? There we go. Only way to fly. Cool. Let's call it. I'm going to be at this all night if I keep going. We got Fallout 4 tomorrow. Let's see, today is Friday, I hope. It better be, because this is supposed to be Satisfactory Friday. Fallout 4 tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central. Sunday off, then we'll be back here Monday. Start off another week at 4 p.m. Central. Well, for now, we're going to call it good. Oh, we're so close we can taste it. And then we'll be back. We'll be back here Monday. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time.